What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning into another edition of On the Road to Victory. I'm your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a fantastic night. I just got home from a very extremely long day, and what a crappy day. But as soon as I sat down, I finally looked at my phone, and I saw the trade that went down. That's how crazy my day was. I just threw my shirt off, and I was like, you know what? Let's get into it. So, been out since 10:30. That's my fault. I shouldn't have done that now. Herschel's freaking out. But what a day. Hopefully you're staying safe out there. The Rains are back. But Howie's back. And Howie's cooking. That's right. Doyle, my man. Appreciate you starting us off. And Cali Eagles, appreciate you tuning in. Hope you guys are all having an enjoyable start to your weekend. Oh, my God. I have driven 6 hours today and then 6 hours last night, just straight, and I cannot. Nope. I don't want to do that. But so the fro, I just came from work. Can't rock the fro at work, but Bob, my dude, appreciate you tuning in. We've got ourselves a little trade going down here. So hope you all enjoyed your week. Appreciate you taking the time, hitting the like button, sharing, subscribing, all the things you're doing to support the channel. Can't thank you enough. But we're going to ride through this one as quick as I possibly can. I've got to take that car over. Got T-boned last week. So sounds like they're going to total my car that I finally just paid off and got fixed. And you guys know I'm not happy about that either. So just gonna lock in and talk about the birds right here. I'll do a lot of things, man, but I'm just getting saddlebagged here lately, and I've had enough of it. But the Eagles, they seem to be continuously improving, and that's what we've been talking about here. So, I think that, obviously a guy like Dontayvion Wicks adds to the wide receiver room. But I'm not so sure. I'm sorry I didn't get to see too much going on, but I've seen – A.J. Brown's definitely gone now, this, that, the other thing. Look, you can see he's been traded for a 5th this year and a 6th the following year. So I don't really think that this means A.J. Brown's gone. You just need depth at this room, and this adds competition. And we've added a couple of wide receivers, Elijah Moore, Hollywood Brown. So, there is going to be, I think, an addition in the draft, regardless of where that's at. I don't know. But you've got some good veteran players here. And Dontayvion Wicks, to me, I think that, is a depth piece. He's not like a starter. If he continues to improve, okay. But, this is going to be his 4th season. He was a 5th rounder in 2023. But, if you look at the 40 time, 4.62, but he does actually play pretty fast. And, he's got some good acceleration. And I think, he's great on the sidelines. He has strong hands, but he did have a couple of drops last year. You can see 11.1 yards per reception, a couple of touchdowns in there, but only started 7 games. A lot of injuries there, but Green Bay has a plethora of wide receivers. So makes him obviously expendable. 6'1", 206 pounds, bigger guy. So you get yourself a bigger receiver. He comes in with Johnny Wilson. You've got competition. That's what this offseason is all about. And to me, again, this isn't someone that blows the charts off. He's literally he's a really good all-around wide receiver, just not somebody that to me is, your replacement for A.J. Brown. I think if you're doing that, that's in the draft. It's not often you see player for player, but maybe another team, has a really good receiver they want to give you. I don't know, but we did give up those draft picks, the 5th and the 6th there. And you can see, obviously that takes us down a pick each year, 8 now this year and 6 the following year. We got rid of the 5th rounder from Atlanta that we had. We had 3 picks from Atlanta, now down to 2, but we still got 8. 4 of those in the top 100. So come on, dude. We talked about this. How he's going to trade. He's not going to want 9 draft picks to sign and, have to try to make the team. We're going to be moving those things around. I promise you. And we got 6 next year. And then you got 7 in 2028. So you still have 21 picks you can trade when this draft begins. So to me, this is let's go. How are we getting the party started early? It gets me excited, ready to rock and roll. I know the move doesn't necessarily move the needle too much, but you've still got those 8 picks. You see those first 4 in the top 100. Then all of your picks are within the top 200. So I really think you've got some good ammo here, and we're going to walk away with some damn good players. Whether that be 6, 7, maybe 8, but you kind of need some depth. You need some starters, which I think you can definitely get in the first couple of rounds here. If you've been checking out the draft series, the offensive line series will be out tomorrow. Then we're going to try to fly through the defense and special teams and get ready for this draft coming up. It's going to fly up on us. I'm ready to run through a damn wall. Hopefully don't have to work too late that night, but I'm going to do all I can when the draft does begin. We'll have our live draft coverage again. All time dependent there, folks. So we'll see, but you can see the draft picks there. Now, looking at, I'll show you the entire offseason updated tracker here. Offense obviously outweighing the defense here by a lot, and it was the D at first. We only had a couple offense. Now there's, 3 wide receivers, a running back, quarterback, 2 tight ends, and then you can see the defensive players there. I'm really excited about Tariq Woolen. I think a lot of really good depth here, too, and excited to see Brown, Moore, Wicks all compete for that 3rd spot, or whatever the hell happens with A.J. Brown. We'll see, but you definitely got a lot of guys here now, and I'll show you the updated depth chart in a second here. But don't forget, we moved a lot of contracts around. We brought guys back, so some excitement. I know not a lot of excitement for Calcaterra, but Fred Johnson, Epps, the best punter in the game, Braden Mann. And then again, restructured, extended a lot of these guys. So Howie has been very busy this offseason. I know a lot of people talk about season's over, the first week and this, that, but it's like, dude, stay patient. Howie is always cooking. And those reserve future guys, we talked about all of them. All of them have a video. Go check them out. And, again, Howie stays cooking, so I do my best to keep up with them. And you can see the departures. That's what had everybody at the beginning of free agency losing their mind. But we're not even at the draft yet. And Howie, you saw all the additions, has, been doing his thing. And we knew all of these guys were most likely going to be gone. So, no surprises. And there are some free agents. Brandon Graham said he had an announcement. I guess he's so old he forgot. Well, maybe just go ahead and hang him up there, retire. I love you, one of my favorite players. Last jersey my father had got, actually. I always remember that. So BG is one of my dudes, but dude, it's time to get youth in here, and it's time to let the man retire. He went out on top. I hate that come on back and let's go win a Super Bowl, but, I don't know if that happened. So BVS, bring him back. We need a long snapper. I don't know that that's Hewlett. And, everybody else, I don't know. Maybe Nickerson for depth. He knows the system. I know Fangio loves him. So that's all of the moves and everything that's going down. Here's the updated look at the depth chart here, and the offense, obviously. I didn't take Marquise Brown out. I almost did, but honestly, if Marquise Brown is playing like he can play and he stays healthy, he is going to be the starter there. And, you got Wicks. I like Elijah Moore if he can live up to his hype, and Johnny Wilson, and you got Cooper, and Danny Gray's there, and Covey and Quiz Watkins are back there. But you've got a lot of competition, man. So 10 guys there so far, and you're going to add more. And I've talked about this, probably see 13, maybe 14 guys competing here this offseason. You got to get your roster up to 90. So wherever they want to add, you got a bunch of tight ends, guys that, play fullback and running back and tight end, a lot of versatile pieces. And I'm excited. You see the depth that they've added and the contracts they've restructured. And I'm really pumped up. Willie Lampkin, I think a lot of people talk about looking for depth in this draft, at high picks. And I get that. If certain people are available, okay. But don't forget about Willie Lampkin there. And you drafted Drew Kendall. You drafted undrafted Holland Pierce. He was just signed. Jake Majors, Ojokwu, some reserve future guys here. So I love the addition of Fred Johnson being brought back. They moved Dickerson's money around. And I don't know, man, if Steen gets some competition from Lampkin or Juergens. Juergens and Dickerson, when they're healthy, are awesome. It sucks that they were banged up, but we'll see what happens there. But the offense, I'm excited, and obviously we're going to find out after June 1st what goes down with A.J. Brown, or maybe someone offers a king ransom in the draft, and I don't know. I don't see him draft. Again, I've said it all damn year, and I just, I don't see it till after June 1st if it does, so we'll find out. But on the defensive side of the ball, we've made some additions. Obviously, Tariq, I cannot wait to see. But other than that, bringing back Epps, extending Jordan Davis. Let's go. And then you see a lot of other stuff that went down here in the depth field. JT Gray, a special teams ace, Michael Carter brought back on a new deal. Tyron Shoyinka and Ebiketie. Ebiketie was my first, guy on the edge list as my top guys in the free agent pool. Very excited to have him behind Nolan Smith and Jalen Hunt. And we'll see what happens when we get to the draft here. But, filling out some stuff right now, and I'm excited about it. And linebackers, obviously, Trotter and Munden will fill in. Love the interior depth. Special teams, I think, we'll figure out long snapper here eventually. They don't ever lose their minds over it. No doubt we got to get somebody in here for the offseason. But, adding to the pool of, return men and people that can do, versatile pieces, they're going to stick around. So I'm excited for this draft. We've still got a lot of cap space, though, too. So not just those draft picks that are coming up, 8 picks coming up at 34.8 in cap space, and that'll move around and fluctuate continuously, and I'll keep you up to date with it. But that's what's going on here. Put that together as fast as I possibly could. I'm beat up, man. I'm not gonna lie. It has been 2 really long days. I made the 6-hour drive last night, 6-hour drive today, and I'm just losing my mind. But don't think the extension means anything with the 1-year contract. $12.5 billion is going to be a splash paying player. Money must be paying for. So what I posted, they signed him to that deal, and then they're going to. It's more so a restructure, I think, is what's going down here, and they're going to save their cap. I didn't really, I'll show you how I roll. I'll look it up right now for you. But that's something I did post, but the cap I didn't really get to look at because it was right there. I'm just being real with you. Don't know how I drank energy drink, and I shouldn't have. I'm just like, not feeling her. Yeah, I'll have to look more into that. My bad. So that's going to take a little looking into. But honestly, his cap space isn't going to be shit. Just know that. AJ Goner, yo, Big Sean, appreciate you tuning in, man. This doesn't mean he's a goner. I just think, if we draft one, that'll be more telling. But it's going to take till after June 1st. I think the Eagles are loading up on veteran pieces. They're going to do that, and they're going to add, as I've said, all offseason, stay patient. The Eagles will get guys to compete here at a lot of positions that people have asked about. And I think that this team is going to be just fine come next season. But remember, the draft is still coming, and we'll really fill some things out. But I think AJ, we've talked about it. It was definitely a discussion, but we'd love to have him here, obviously. I get the situation. It sucks. You got to put yourself in his shoes, just having to deal with just getting ragged on relentlessly by media and fans all the time. I love having him. I'd love to keep him, but if he's gone, we're getting a lot of depth pieces here. And if we draft, a big name, or not big name, but like a dude that could definitely fill in, Devontae Smith's more than capable of being number 1. So we'll find out, dude. We're talking about with this pick, but I'll see every day. Yeah, well, with this pick, you'll have to save that for when I make that show, my friend. The draft series is coming out, and I think this, obviously has had a lag for a couple of days. I've just been driving nonstop. So I will definitely get that out tomorrow, and then I'll just try to push through some of these other ones so I can give you guys my guy for this pick. So we'll see. But good evening to you, JPW. Junior Nova. If you have a preference of what you'd like to be called, that hair, let me know. But yeah, little G, I would love to keep him. Head scratcher didn't throw his money at Dotson. Well, Dotson, I don't think his cap hit's going to be as low as what Howie just did, and I think getting a guy that's a depth piece here that kind of knows he's a depth piece here. Where I think Jahan Dotson, honestly, he's a really good receiver, and best of luck to him. But here he ain't gonna do shit, right? And that's how he felt. Like Dontayvion Wicks really doesn't have a choice, in the matter. He was caught, in the trade. So I'm sure he's pumped, dude. I'd rather play for the Eagles 10 times over rather than the Packers there. But Packers have a lot of receivers there too. So yeah, but I thought these comments were up here, and I'm a drifter. Real drifter, folks. But, Lynn, appreciate you tuning in. Sorry, I literally drove 6 hours. Well, okay, so I drove 3 hours last night to get there. No one's there. Fantastic. A place called Smethport. Don't even know what that is. Drove 3 hours all the way back home. Yeah, that sucked. Then today I go and they canceled it 5 minutes before I get there. So in their mind, like, oh, hey, I just drove 3 hours. So I'm like, okay. Because the way it goes is like each week you go to like a certain territory. So I'm like driving back and they're like, hey, we got one in Williamsport. I'm like, oh, cool. And I go and like it's this older lady and she's like, I was out gardening and this young man came to my door and said that you needed to come look at it. And like her windows were fine. And I wasn't gonna lie to her. So it was just like, holy hell, dude. And then it was like, all right, back on the road. So it was a really long day for me getting home like 9:30. I left at like 10 today. So but I hope you're all having a great day, great week. I am starting the weekend off right. And then I got to take this car that was T-boned because they're trying to total it, taking it to this auto body shop. Hopefully he's going to tell me that it's something he can do and not be totaled. But I just paid it up. You guys just helped me. like, dude, the car just got back on the road, man. I can't, I didn't do this. This lady hit me. Like, I was just trying to. Some days, man, I don't try to complain or make excuses. Just like, it'd be great to catch a break here. Oh. And I'm sick of being on training. Like, I know I'm getting this like training pay, like $550 a week after taxes. Like, yeah, that's cool. But like, I need to be like, they're not giving me these like big jobs to like get these like one window little shitbird houses 3 hours away. Like, dude, I'm trying to stay patient and show them that I'm the man and I'm ready for this. But it's driving me a little nuts. I'm not going to lie to you. It's really driving me nuts. So, but yo, dude, you didn't have to do that. I appreciate you. That definitely helps because, man, I'll be real with you. The gas is not cheap. It is not cheap at all. It is actually sucked ass to have to drive, and people just don't give a shit at all. And I appreciate you doing that, dude. That's really cool. I don't even know how you do that. And I know you guys do that stuff all the time, but that's just a super sticker. And you guys are too awesome, man. Your support means the world to me. And I'm sorry if I'm lagging here a little bit or looking like I'm, falling off the earth. But I am. It took all that was in me to get here. And like, Chelsea was like, you are insane. Like, I just did the same thing as I did yesterday, but today was crazier because I had to like kill time in between that appointment because then it was at 6 o'clock. So that's why it took me so long to get home. Just crazy. And then all for no reason. Like, yeah, love wasting my gas. But they definitely are paying me for the training period. So I'm, again, trying to stay positive here. And I know you guys believe in me and back me up. So let's do this. Let's get back into this. I'm sorry, I'm drifting off here. Drifting off. But where was I? Dun, 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 dun. Joe, my man. Many people are saying AJ is gone. I don't believe it. I don't believe because of this he's gone. But I do believe it could definitely happen after June 1st. As I've told you guys, I showed you the money and they didn't believe me and they didn't want to show it. This light is pissing me off. Looking all yellow and shit. Okay, so put on the green light and this is what happens to you. Anyways, so I think very nice to catch you live, Duck, my man. Can't even keep up with where I am. None of them can replace AJ. That's a fact. Watson and Reed were out. Wicks was successful. Yeah, I like him, and we talked about it. He's a good, depth piece. He comes in. He's got great work on the sideline, good hands. I think that, he's a receiver, a good all-around receiver, a big body. If you look at the 40, 4.62, oh, no. But he actually has pretty good acceleration for his size, and I think that he makes some pretty cool catches because he's a strong body kind of guy that at times will struggle to get separation against some of the better corners because, again, he's not a top guy. But as a depth piece here, in the offseason, here as that depth or practice squad, whatever, for all of these veterans kind of in that pool, we'll see who makes the team. Obviously, only so many spots. We'll see what happens with AJ. I think they would look more so to a younger kind of guy if they really want to replace him. And I think they will draft one because why wouldn't you, regardless? And let's stock up this room. And if people don't make the team, too bad. That's kind of what the offseason's for. But a lot of pieces added, and I like competition, so I'm all about that. Koch's mom in the building. Lynn, I can't thank you enough for that. Seriously, you're always gifting these memberships, people. You guys give her a big thanks, whoever got them, because this is what I always love to see. You guys are nothing but supportive, and I can't thank you enough because I'm doing all I can on the fumes that I've got left to give it all to you. But Dotson deserves start. Yes, Lynn, I agree. That's what I was just mentioning there myself. Go to bed. You look wasted. Yeah, Bob, I definitely feeling a little drifted out myself. I'm not going to lie to you. And Dotson, a little older, yes. I don't know what I have there. 24, I think, at the time, of probably what I was looking at. But I think he is 25 now. I'm not, because I think I saw that somewhere else, and I just didn't change it yet. I meant to. A little drifted out here. My apologies. Probably some other things messed up. I messed up. Sorry if I did. Yeah, Duck agreed 100%. And yeah, I'm going to get my rest for sure. I got to take this car, unfortunately. It's crazy what we turn into for a dollar bill. Yeah, dude. I'm driving around this effing loaner car, and luckily it's good on gas. But, dude, I have just been yeah, feeling tough. But thanks, Callie, man. Did you just become a member too? Is that what that means? Or you? That's awesome. You guys are awesome. Too awesome. I got T-bone, dude. This lady literally, I'm watching, and something was telling me oh no, and right when I get next to her, she's at a stop sign. I'm driving as I'm supposed to be, and she just, you know what? Let's go for it. Whoa! And just smashes the back right tire, sends me into a 180. Dude, you guys know the story. I drove, made the sale that night. Yeah, then took it home. I was hopeful that, we're going to see what this guy says. I'm hoping. I'm like, dude, because it's the dude that fixed it. And I'm like, all the work I just had done, dude. I don't want this to be totaled. And I can't, do a car payment right now. We're doing that with the SUV we just did. By 6 months, a year by now, who knows? I don't even remember. I can't remember anything at all because I have so much football in there. Sacrifices we make, that's what I do for you sickos because I love you. And I hope you're enjoying this draft, man. The content I'm putting out, this offensive line, I really put a lot of work into. I didn't want to, but I did because I'm pissed. About that year, I went 7 for 9 with the draft picks because the 2 I missed were offensive linemen. We ain't doing that because that year I just didn't have time and I took a shortcut with the offensive lineman. This year, of course, now it's taking me forever because I wanted to do it right. Now it's taking me forever because I had to do all these graphics. Then we're going to get all those graphics, and then special teams and defense is waiting, and the draft's coming. holy the draft is 24th, right? Isn't that the first day of the draft? I don't know why, but I was thinking it was later than that. And then when I finally saw and realized that, I was like, okay, well, only got a little bit of time here. So we're going to move through this series. Born Croy. I do not think that this means AJ's gone because he's not someone that replaces AJ Brown. But the draft could be more telling if AJ would be gone or not. But I think that AJ has a likely chance to be gone. The things that you've seen with Diana Rossini are hilarious, so maybe that screws them out of it. I definitely think they were a possibility, but there are definitely going to be teams interested. We'll see how the Eagles want to play it, but we'll see. But good on Brother Hermanal. Hey, man, I really I appreciate that. I'm always trying to stay dedicated. I was listening. I don't usually get to listen to stuff too much during the years. Like, I always have to do my own stuff, which is fine because I like that. But I've actually been able to listen to some guys. That franchise guy was one of them. And then there was these like two dudes. They said they were working for PFF, and then they weren't. And then I don't know. I don't get to listen to stuff much, but I heard some stuff, and I was just like, oh, that's cool, because they were talking about the offensive lineman, and it was just something that, like, I don't feel comfortable talking about a lot of the stuff. And it was like, damn, there's no shows, unfortunately. So I had to do my own work on the back end guys. So we're gonna see the content coming. I'm trying, I promise you. But he's a Manning darling, no doubt. I think that this team, is going to, we've talked about that, seeing more sets with more receivers, seeing more creativity. And I think that there's a lot of excitement, and rightfully so, man. This offense looks to be getting a lot of good depth, a lot of pieces that'll be fun to play with. We've had pieces in the past, and we had it last year, and we saw how that went. Person who hit you at least have insurance. They did the same exact insurance as me, so it's like gonna work out. But the lady said to me today, yeah, we're gonna total it. And I was like, dude, I've never had this happen. And she's like, well, they give you the average of the 3 cars that are of that price, and that's what they'll give you. And I'm like, yeah, but dude, I don't want to have to go buy a car and stuff. Like, I want to drive this car, like, get it fixed, and you guys can pay for the loaner that I'm using, because I didn't hit myself, man. Like, why am I? Dude, it's just, I try not to be like that. Like, it's always something. But, like, you guys see it, right? I mean, you guys that tune in here every day, you got to see it, right? I'm not crazy. Like, I'm not. I am, but so praying we somehow get a loan in the guard. I only, dude. I love them. I did, but that's the issue. I don't know. Is he going to be there? So then I have to sit there like an ass bag, and I got to do this the right way, like I do every year. Where do I see us drafting these people? Where will they be? Will they still be there? And I go crazy, and I lose my effing mind. But don't worry, we're working on him, dude. He's right there, just flashing by you. All that stuff isn't right yet. It was just like base stuff, putting numbers in. So don't, if you caught any of that. But yeah, dude. That's what we got going on. Dontayvion Wicks, a good depth piece. I'm excited. Hope you're excited. We've hit the half-hour mark. I got to get rolling. But can't buy a decent car for under 10K now. You can't. We can't. I don't know what I'm going to do here. I'm kind of good, my brother. All right, yo. Hey, man. Keep on with them. Hey, man. And I'm down all about that. And look, tomorrow we're dropping that offensive line video. Go check it out. And I'm going to try to do special teams the next day, because I need to get this train rolling, dude. And I'm going to be right back to work on Monday, and it's like, sure, Nikes. And I really want to put some work into this defense, dude. And I got some things with the defensive tackles already going. But the edge, linebackers, the corners, and safeties are and safety's so important. So I'm really excited to talk about that one. And we're not going to be like cutting the last show short. You know what I mean? That's just not how I roll. I will stay up till 4 or 5 a.m. and make sure you guys get that stuff because, well, I'm just a true sicko. So for all you sickos that tuned in tonight, I want to thank you and let you know that I appreciate you. I always get curious if you'll tune in, especially at the late night ones. And it's awesome to see you guys showing up in droves like this and all of the support you have given. Cannot thank you enough. Go effing birds, Bob. You know it. Duck, my man, you know. I'm going to try to recharge this bad boy, spend a little time with the family here. And, dude, hey, I appreciate you. Leave questions on those videos. Go watch. Hey, man, if you're bored tonight, go check out each of them. I got quarterbacks, running backs, receivers, and tight ends. And I'm really excited about the ones that I put out already. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on those players that I have as the top fits. You don't have to get excited. I know certain positions aren't what we really need, but where I talk about we could use and what they'd bring to the table is fun. So if you enjoy that stuff, I know you're a sicko. So go check it out. Leave some comments. I try to get back to this stuff, and I'm going to do my best this weekend to get back to you guys. You know this new job has me. Woo! And this is just the training. I can't imagine. It's going to get crazier. I really would like to have a car that I rely on. So maybe it's a blessing in disguise, guys. We'll figure it out. If not, maybe I'll be riding a bike. So I love y'all. I hope you're having a great start to your Friday night. If it's not, let's make it one. Now, if you need anything, you know it doesn't have to be about the birds. I am always here for you guys as you are for me. I really appreciate you, and I really mean it, and I always love talking to you guys that do reach out. I'm a busy man, though, so if I ever miss your stuff, realize I come back and it's like 900 notifications of everything I've missed. It's crazy. I would never ignore you, but always reach out. I love you guys. Understand that and know that I'm always here for you. So hope you have a great night. Hope you have a very great weekend. And hope you check that show out tomorrow and all the other draft series edition shows we have put out there. But yeah, all I've got for you here tonight. If you enjoyed this one, do me a favor, hit that like button. Share this bad boy. Maybe become a member like old Callie did. And I, again, thank you for that. Lynn, thank you so much for always gifting these memberships to people. You guys are awesome. The support means the world to me. Have yourselves a great weekend. But until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there, and as always, say it with me now, sickos. Go Birds!